You speak good English, but sometimes what you say sounds a little off. Not wrong, but not quite natural either. Today, we'll fix that. We'll go through the most common English mistakes even fluent learners make, and how to stop making them forever. Hello and welcome to Master English, the podcast that helps you speak English with confidence, fluency, and clarity. I'm your host, and today's episode is going to be a game changer because we're uncovering the most common English mistakes you don't even realize you're making. Maybe you studied English for years. You understand people easily. You can read, write, and speak quite well. But sometimes something still sounds off, right? Like you're missing that smooth, natural flow native speakers have. Well, don't worry. You're not alone. Even advanced learners, even teachers sometimes, make little mistakes that quietly hold them back from true fluency. But here's the great news. Once you notice these mistakes, you'll stop making them forever. And that's when your English begins to sound effortless. So grab your headphones, get comfortable, and let's fix these hidden mistakes together. Mistake number 1. Saying very too much. You've probably said things like very good, very bad, very beautiful, very fast. And while these are not wrong, they sound basic. Native speakers rarely use very all the time. Instead, they use stronger single words that sound more natural. For example, instead of very good, say excellent. Instead of very bad, say terrible. Instead of very beautiful, say gorgeous. Instead of very fast, say rapid. Let's practice together. Repeat after me. This movie was excellent. The weather was terrible. She looks gorgeous today. He's a rapid learner. See the difference? The sentence instantly sounds more advanced, more confident. So next time you catch yourself saying very, pause and think of a stronger word instead. Mistake number 2. Using the wrong prepositions. Ah, yes, prepositions. Small words, big problems. Many learners say, I will discuss about it. She's married with a doctor. I depend on her for help. This one's actually right. Let's fix them. I will discuss it. You don't need about. The word discuss already includes that meaning. She's married to a doctor. We always say married to, not married with. I depend on her for help. Perfect. That's how it should be. Repeat after me. Let's discuss it tomorrow. My sister is married to a pilot. You can depend on me. Perfect. When you master small details like prepositions, your English starts to sound native-level accurate. Mistake number 3. Overusing filler words. You know the ones. Actually, basically, like, you know. They're fine sometimes, and even natives use them, but learners often use them too much. For example, I actually think that basically we should go there. That's too heavy, right? It makes your message sound unsure or repetitive. Here's how to fix it. Use filler words only for rhythm, not habit. I think we should go there. Basically, it's the same idea. Actually, I agree with you. Just one filler word per sentence is enough. Your speech becomes clearer, stronger, and more confident. Repeat after me. Actually, that makes sense. Basically, we're on the same page. Like I said, I'm ready. Perfect. Mistake number 4. Wrong word forms. Many learners say, I am agree. He do his work. She can sings well. You see the issue? These sentences break English grammar patterns slightly, and even a small mistake like this stands out. Correct versions. I agree. He does his work. She can sing well. Here's a quick trick. When you're speaking, imagine you're writing. Would you write he do? Probably not. So slow down slightly and check the structure in your mind. Now let's repeat together. I agree with you. He does his homework every day. She can sing beautifully. Well done. Remember, it's not about perfection. It's about accuracy and awareness. Mistake number 5. Thinking in your native language. This one is sneaky, and it's probably the biggest reason you sound less natural in English. When you think in your native language and translate every sentence, English feels slow and unnatural. You pause, you hesitate, you lose confidence. Instead, train your brain to think directly in English. Start with small steps. When you see something, name it in English. When you have a thought, express it in English, even in your mind. For example, when you wake up, say to yourself, I'm getting out of bed. I'm brushing my teeth. I'm making breakfast. These small habits slowly reprogram your brain, and soon English will feel natural, not translated. Repeat after me. English is not a subject, it's a habit. I can think in English. My thoughts are becoming fluent. Excellent. Mistake number 6. Using direct translations. Sometimes learners translate expressions from their own language, but in English they sound strange. For example, I am eating my head. Open the TV. Close the light. These come from other languages, but in English we say, I'm stressed out. Turn on the TV, please. Turn off the lights before you go. I'm stressed out about my test. Remember, English expressions don't always translate directly. Instead of translating, observe how natives say things and start copying those patterns. Mistake number 7. Using too formal or textbook English. You might say, I would like to inquire about your establishment, when a native would simply say, hey, can I ask about your place? Formal English is great for writing and exams, but in real conversation, it can sound robotic. So try to use natural conversational English. Instead of, I am unable to attend, say, I can't make it. Instead of, I am desiring, say, I want. Repeat after me. I can't make it today. I want a cup of coffee. Can I ask you something? Simple, natural, clear. Mistake number 8. Ignoring tone and intonation. Fluency isn't only about words, it's about rhythm and sound. If you say everything in a flat tone, you sound robotic, even if your grammar is perfect. Practice intonation, the rise and fall of your voice. Say this naturally. Really? That's amazing. Oh no, I forgot. Do you hear the emotion? That's what makes English sound alive. Native speakers communicate as much with tone as with words. So when you listen to podcasts or shows, don't just focus on the words. Copy the music of English. Mistake number 9. Not reviewing your speaking. Most learners never listen to their own voice in English. But if you record yourself speaking, even for 1 minute, you'll hear mistakes you never noticed. Try this. Record yourself describing your day. Then listen carefully. How's your pronunciation? Are you using fillers? Are you translating? Then record it again and improve one thing each time. That's how real speakers grow fast. Repeat after me. I'm not afraid to make mistakes. I learn by listening to myself. Wrap up. Let's quickly review what we learned today. Willen stop saying very. Use stronger words. Fix small preposition mistakes. Limit filler words. Watch your verb forms. Stop translating. Use natural English, not textbook phrases. Pay attention to tone and rhythm. Record and review yourself. Remember, fluency doesn't come from being perfect. It comes from being aware. Every mistake you fix brings you closer to sounding natural. So don't be afraid of mistakes. They're your best teachers. Keep learning, keep speaking, and keep believing in yourself. Thank you for listening to Master English.